Good morning. Hi, I'm James ROBEY. Among other things, I am the Group Corporate Responsibility and Sustainability Director for Capgemini, a global IT company. It operations in about 45 countries. I'm also a researcher at Henley Business School, looking at sustainability. And then at home, I'm also a husband and father of 3 children. And I was asked today just to share some personal reflections on how do we take CSR and sustainability to the next level. So that's what I was going to do over the next 20 minutes or so. And then if there's some time, we can do some questions. And if not, perhaps you can catch me at lunch. So as I was preparing for this, I was starting to think about sustainability in terms of the big issues and the small issues, the macro and the micro. And I'll try and unpack that as I go through. But I just wanted to start with a story. So I was thinking about this yesterday. I remembered a story written by an English author, a gentleman called Rob Parsons, about a time he was in Los Angeles stuck in a traffic jam. So he was in a hire car in a huge traffic jam, perhaps one like you have here in Mumbai sometimes. The difference being, I suppose, between a Mumbai traffic jam and an American traffic jam is the road is just as wide, but in America, they all stay in one row, one car in one row. So you've got 6 lanes of traffic all going forward a very little bit at a time. And as Rob was in this traffic jam, he noticed that the gentleman in the next car was looking very stressed. It was an expensive car. It was probably a $100,000 of sports car. And as they went forward, he noticed this guy was perspiring and was looking really clenched over his steering wheel. And he thought, this is strange. You know, this guy has a really good car. It's bound to have great air conditioning. Why is he so stressed? Well, anyway, this went on, and the cars continued to crawl forward. And Rob talks about, at one point, he leaves a little gap, maybe 3 meters, 4 meters in front. And the guy in this Porsche immediately pulls in, seeing the opportunity to maybe get a few meters further forward in the traffic jam. And it's at this point that Rob notices on the bumper of this Porsche a little bumper sticker. And that bumper sticker says, "He who dies with the most toys wins." He who dies with the most toys wins. And I wonder sometimes whether that's a bit of a metaphor for sustainability. You know, we know the big issues. We know the issues around resources. We know the issues around climate change. At the heart of it, we have a consumption problem. We know that we're consuming too much as a global society. We know that we have maybe 1.5 billion people globally in the middle classes. We know that we've got another 1.5 billion people sitting on the edge of the middle classes, just hoping that they can increase their wealth, their affluence, so that they can join the middle classes. And we know very well in India, we then have another 4 billion people who are outside, looking on only with envy and wishing that they could be part of this consumer middle-class society. The challenge is we know that if everybody in the world, if 7.4 billion people wanted to have or could have the lifestyles of the 1.5, we'd probably need 4, maybe 5 planets to support the resources that we need to support that. So I just wanted to start this discussion this morning just with that reflection in terms of consumption. And what does it mean then from a corporate responsibility perspective? So the next thing I wanted to think about is, well, if that's the size of the problem, where do we take hope from? And as I was preparing, I was starting to think of some inspirational stories, some things which have inspired me over the past 1-2 years. I just want to share 3 of those with you this morning. The first is about nature, actually. I have a team, a global team, but I also have a team in the UK of about 15 people. And we have regular team meetings. We get together to talk about our direction and our strategy. And what I do is I ask different people in the team to organize the meetings each time. That way we keep it fresh and we keep it interesting. And so the last team meeting we have, one of my junior team members who was running the meeting posed everybody a question before they came so that we could all share. And that question was, which sustainability leader really inspires you?